What we'll be doing now is working on another release sheet in our books. So open your book to the page that says Dissolving Stuckness at the top of it. Now stuckness, what we mean by stuckness is just very simply, it's a particular area that you've been trying to do something about, either in your life or just when you're releasing, it's not moving. In other words, a particular feeling that you have all the time, maybe you're angry a lot or you're sad a lot, or a particular problem like smoking or being overweight, or a particular problem relationship. You might not sure you want to stay in a relationship, or you might be about to get into a relationship and you're not sure whether that's the right thing. Another example could be you've gotten a job offer in another city and you're not sure whether to go. You're stuck about making a decision. So any area where you feel a little stuck, and where you feel like just some focus releasing on that area will help you get unstuck, get you moving again. That's what I mean. So take a moment and think of a topic that you'd like to do some further releasing on, and then we'll continue. Now, by the way, before we get started, I just want to let you know that just because the sheet is called Dissolving Stuckness, there's no stigma attached. It's a very powerful sheet to use to do further releasing on any topic. So, who'd like to has something they'd like to release?
I have something.
Okay, great.
It's something that I've worked on throughout the time that we've been here, and I just can't seem to get anywhere with it.
Mm-hmm.
The situation in my office with the different people that work there has gotten very adversarial over the last 8 or 9 months, 7 or 8 months. And it's not as pleasant a place to work as it used to be, and I've been avoiding it, different things like that, and I don't seem to be able to get to a place where I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, so what did you put at the top of the page as the topic?
Situation at the office.
Okay. So, well, that's a little, you might want to do,
The adversarial.
no, you could do, well, there's a couple ways to approach it. One is you could do advantages and disadvantages of being in that office.
Mm-hmm.
The other one you could do advantage, disadvantage of leaving. And then you also could do on the problem itself, advantages and disadvantages of having, of that problem at work.
About dealing with that problem at work. I don't think it's going to change, and I don't want to leave right now.
But see, the thing is, well, if you say of dealing with it, it'd be hard for you to pull it up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have to focus a little more on the problem itself.
The problem is the interaction between the people at work in the office.
Well, you know what you could do? You could do it very simply. It's advantages and disadvantages of having work be the way it is.
Okay.
How's
That's
that?
exactly it.
All right, good. So write that down.
Okay, having work be the way it is.
And by the way, that's a good thing to do at any topic, because very often we're stuck in having things the way they are at the moment. And if you start to do advantage, disadvantages of having it be that way, it's a way of taking more responsibility and a way of starting to open it up and release. So what advantage is it to you to have work be that way?
Well, I stay away from the office, so I guess that gets me at home more and I get more work done.
Okay. So is that wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting survival?
Control.
Okay. I'm going to be quiet and just allow you to release it.
Okay. Okay. I feel good.
Okay, good. 2 checks. Now, what disadvantage is it to you to have the office be that way?
Makes me uncomfortable when I have to go in there and I know what's going on. Makes me uncomfortable.
Okay. And does that stir up your wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting survival?
Actually, I think it's approval in some way. It starts with control, but I think it's approval.
Okay, so just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting approval. And then when you're ready, you can just let it go.
Some of it went.
Okay. You're still holding on to some of it? Could you allow the rest of it to release? a little stuck?
Yeah, just let that go.
You let it go? Okay, how's it now?
It's better.
It's better?
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay, 2 more checks?
Okay. Sometimes I'm afraid I'm doing it too fast, and maybe I'm not getting all of it.
Okay.
I guess I'll just work on
Okay, well, look, if that comes up, is that a wanting approval or a wanting control?
it. Well, first it's wanting control.
Okay, so are you aware of any of the wanting control right now? Did you let it go?
No.
Now you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, before we go any further, I just want to say a couple of things to all of you here and also those of you at home about the sheet. First of all, as you notice, we started with an advantage, then we went to a disadvantage. This is not about making 2 lists. You do an advantage, and then you do a disadvantage. And the reason for that is each advantage and disadvantage put together make one layer of feeling about that whole topic, one layer of wants. So you're taking off a whole layer when you get an advantage and a disadvantage. So I'll say more about it as we keep working on it. But remember, you can start working at home if you'd like. All right, so what advantage is it to you to have work be that way?
I don't think there is an advantage. It makes it more difficult for me.
Okay, but write that down. That's what came up. I don't think there is an advantage. It makes it more difficult for me. Remember, this is not an intellectual exercise. There is no right or wrong thing to write down on either column. And does that stir up a wanting approval or wanting control?
It's approval. I shouldn't be doing this.
Right. Did you let it go?
Let me see. Yeah, I feel better about it.
Okay, 2 more checks. So what disadvantage is it to you to have work be that way?
It's a loss because it used to be a very nice place to work,
Okay.
and now it's not anymore.
So write that down. It's a loss. And see which want that stirs up. Approval, control, or security.
First thing that came in my head is more like security.
Okay. So just allow yourself to become aware of that wanting security.
That's harder for me to let
Okay.
go.
Would you like to control that?
I guess I would. Yeah.
Did you just let it go?
Yeah, I did.
See, you can always go back to that. Even if you know it's a wanting security or any of the other wants, and it's hard to release it, remember you can always let go of wanting to control that, and it just releases. Okay. See, let's do one more of each, and then I'll let you keep going on your own. What advantage is it to you to have the office be that way?
Well, I've removed myself, or I feel like I've divorced myself from the office, so I only deal with one person in there, so I guess that's an advantage.
Okay. So I would write that
Deal
down.
with it.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with it, sure.
That's control.
Okay. Again, as you notice, I'm letting you do the releasing. I'm not it.
Mhm. Okay.
Did you let it go?
I think some of it, let me see.
You're still saving some?
I think so. It doesn't want to go away.
So still a little stuck there?
Mhm.
You're wanting to control that?
Yeah. Okay.
You see? That is like the escape valve of the method. You can always let go of wanting to control whatever you're experiencing in the moment, and then it dissolves.
It does work.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
All right, so what disadvantage is it to you to have the office be that way?
It makes me feel bad.
Makes you feel bad?
Mhm.
Okay.
That goes back to the loss, but that's what came up.
Okay, makes you feel bad. But that, again, if it's a similar thing, it's okay. Just write down whatever comes up. Okay, and which want does that stir up?